What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. This week, we are doing Killer Inside, the Mind of Aaron Hernandez. It's only 3 episodes, so it's a short watch. So on a count of 3, we're going to click play at the same time so we can match up our commentary tracks. Well, my commentary track to your viewing pleasure. And just get right into it. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Now, that was loud. I'm going to turn that motherfucker down because I don't need Netflix to come, take down my videos. So, I've already seen all this, so this isn't new to me, but it happened last year, and, what I mean is this came out last year, and it did, like, its little thing that every Netflix kind of documentary does, where it's like, oh, cool, it's popular, it's a thing. All right, now we're on to the next thing. Especially with last year, how 2020 was, everything was just kind of in and out, didn't stop. So I did see it when it came out, and I had thoughts on I used to do a podcast, and I kind of gave my thoughts on it, but I figured I'd revisit it just because this is still a weird ass situation. I mean, because this is a lot different than I would imagine, like any other kind of like true crime kind of stuff, because usually it's like it's a non-celebrity type of person who just has whatever issues, and they go on these weird like killing sprees and all. Well, it's weird, but they go on killing sprees and all that, and it's like a huge thing, right? So it's usually about serial killers and just bad people overall who are just bad from the start. But this is different because it's not like it's just like a semi-celebrity. This guy was he was super popular in the NFL. I mean, he helped the Patriots win a Super Bowl. And he did all that, and he had a successful career while he was in the NFL, while also murdering people. That's not something you see often. It's just so strange. Excuse me. Jesus. I mean, kind of the same reason anybody does any harm to anybody. A lot of it, sure, there are reasons, but a lot of people just do it for the fucking sake of it. And that's the weird thing, though. Odin Lloyd, the man who was killed by Aaron Hernandez, his girlfriend was the sister of Aaron Hernandez's wife. Or fiance, I don't know what they were at the time. But, like, huh? Like, how do you, I'm honest, I don't want to assume anything, but how do you have a relationship with your sibling when that happens? I don't understand that. And I'm sure, like, there's been plenty of NFL players who have probably, like, at any point in the NFL's existence, have probably done some really terrible shit. Some of them have been brought to light. Others, I'm sure a lot of others, have not been. But this is really fucking different. Because, like, he murdered people. Like, not like a lot of people, but he still murdered, like, what, allegedly, well, he got charged with one. I don't know what about the other ones, but, like, let's say, I think the minimum from, like, alleged to whatever is, like, 5. Which is fucking insane. And he's from Connecticut. I'm from Connecticut. Not that fucking matters, but still, like, he lived not that far from me. Well, it's like, I think like an hour or so away, but still, that's not that fucking far. Well, I don't like this music in the beginning. Like, it's too, like, it's too, like, upbeat, and it's like this rags to riches type music. Like, it makes me feel, not like uncomfortable, but it's just like, it's not the right tone. Because I hear this, I'm like, I'm going to watch like a nice like 90s Christmas movie or some shit. or like some nice like fucking Air Bud moment or whatever the hell. This is about a man who murdered people. Excuse me, I apologize for all the yawning. It's a little late and I'm tired. But I love you. Bye. Wow. Jeez, this is a lot. This is so weird. This is, in a way, this is kind of weird only because, I mean, like, not like most, I don't know. It's not like it's different from many others in a way where it's like, you obviously don't have the person who they're focusing on in the documentary. But usually, at least from the ones I've seen, a lot of these people tend to be alive or like in jail or something. This was like a few years removed from his death. Like, well, yeah, he also played for the fucking New England Patriots. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of remember this a little bit. I didn't like follow it because this is what 2010, 2011. So I was like in high school. So this wasn't. I was never into like all that kind of following like trials and. Oh no, that's fucked. People shouting innocent. I don't know about that now. Well, yeah, because he's Aaron Hernandez. Like the people who are watching this with me, who don't know football too well, if this didn't happen, like if all he didn't do all this and stayed with the Patriots, they would have been way more dominant, at least in my opinion, than they actually were. I mean, Patriots have fucking 6 Super Bowls, but still, they would have been even better than what they became to be. Excuse me. Well, yeah, I mean, that Suicide Watch makes sense. Huh? Interesting. I mean, I get that. I'm all for structure, but this is a weird way to get it. Could have hired someone to like help you with that. Just gonna be honest. Wow. Well, yeah, you really don't hear often guys like, I feel comfortable here. Well, I mean, because you go from like this stressful fucking life of having to be an athlete on a professional level, and I'm sure you have people trying to get money from you constantly and trying to live a normal life, whatever that means for him, I guess. But and then go from that to like just chilling. You basically just get to fucking hang out all day. I mean, yeah, you can either an hour outside in the rec room, but like outside, or like you're in a room all day. You don't really get to do anything. I mean, you guys stay in shape somehow, I guess. Yeah, but who? No scout who does like player scouting for college, players and all that, or anybody who involves in scouting college athletes could have ever figured that out. That's kind of hard to like. Well, he does have some issues. His grades weren't that great. He may be a murderer. That's not something you find. You usually, I'm gonna miss a lot of it because I'm not that. But from my understanding, a lot of it's like you try to figure out who the player is. How he was in school, how he was with his coaches. You also gotta watch the game tape and all that. But basically, you try to figure out if this person's a fit for how an organization is. Finding out if they're a murderer is kind of something you don't really look for because that's not something you have to look for. So, oh jeez. Well, yeah, I can get it. Like, if you're friends with someone who did something fucking terrible and you're just like, that's not the person I know. At the end of the day, do you really know everybody you know? Like, technically, no. That's not some, like, me on some, like, other, like, fucking conspiracy shit, but, not everybody is so forward about everything that either goes on in their head or what they're thinking or how they feel. And that's most people. That's not just like me or you or whoever down the street. That's like at least in my opinion, majority of people. Whether those like lies or like things are not telling people, whether they're like small, like no big deal, or like huge. Like I'm sure there's people like out there who will never tell their kids that that's not actually their kid, or like that they were some former drug runner, or like they stole a bunch of money from something and gotten to I don't any kind of the thing that's bad. Something you're really gonna talk about. Oh fucking gosh, my bad. He looks like a grown man in that photo. My God. Oh my God, this fucking game tape looks so old. Looks like it's from like the '90s. Oh jeez. Yeah, that's one good way, I guess, to go about it. Just have you both do it. Yeah, even Pee Wee football, that shit's low key kind of dangerous. Were they ever good? Kind of weird. Football wise, UConn at least they've never really been like that good. They're more of like a basketball school, to be honest. At least when Gino Oriema, I think, however you say his name, got there. That's a weird nickname. See, dads like that, and I'm not judging their father specifically, but like I'm all for like parents who help take their kids like sports or academics or whatever it may be serious. But like there's times where like a lot of times that shit always goes too far. I don't know about that one, sir. I don't know about that one. So I did a little research for this because had some questions. This quarterback that they keep showing in the show wasn't even the starter when Aaron Hernandez was in high school. It was someone else. I don't remember the kid's name. I'll probably throw it up, just so you can see who he is. But the guy talking wasn't him. From my understanding, he was like a backup or something. Yeah, which is fucking insane. Which is so stupid. Like I don't understand that. Like why play her? I know a lot of NFL players do it. They'll play hurt because they're all about being competitive and because essentially like if you don't play and someone else gets that opportunity, you may lose your job. But I mean, like if you're good enough and you are better than probably the any other guy on your team, I don't think you have that much to worry. But you kind of wasn't like good at football. I mean, they've had good like I guess years, but even like when Dan Orlovsky went there, they weren't like a fucking powerhouse or anything. They weren't like pushing for a national championship or anything. Like Jesus. Wild. Oh, there it is. Excuse me? Jesus Christ. Kind of sounds like attempted murder, to be honest. Just gonna throw it out there. I mean, that's. Oh, there's like something in my nose. The fact that he went to the Florida Gators is still insane. I see a lot of people, especially from this documentary, are like, we want something based on the 2008 uh, Florida Gator team because there was a fucking mad different characters on that team. I mean, the leader was Tim Tebow, this super like very religious first guy where everything he did was, you know, for God and everything like that. And then you had Aaron Hernandez, who apparently was partying all night, was low-key a fucking psychopath. And then you had the Pouncey brothers, who allegedly, I don't have it confirmed, but from what I have read, that they were like active gang members at the time, and like a bunch of other people were like arrested and done this and that, and it's like a whole fucking like how did Urban Meyer deal with that? Like even Tim Tebow, this guy who has this image of like he's this godly man and everything God's first, and everything he does is he does for God, and then you have that side, and then the other side is the complete other side where it's like, yeah, we're gonna do what we want and fuck everything else, and like we may do some shit that may be illegal, but who fuck cares? We're still gonna play though on Saturday and still fucking win a championship, so who cares? And it's like, whoa, whoa, especially because that's a huge program. Like, obviously, if you know football, you know the Florida Gators. That's like they're huge, but so I have a running theory though when it comes to this documentary. So obviously it's called Killer Mind, Killer Inside the Mind of Aaron Hernandez. And this documentary kind of jumps like back and forth between like I guess the present day, which is of him playing for the Patriots and him getting arrested and going to jail, to college, to the NFL, and then to back home when he was a kid, and then him in jail. There's no like order to it. It's just like we'll spend a few minutes talking about his past, and a few minutes talk about him in jail, and a few minutes of him in the NFL, and then this and that, and him in high school, and blah blah blah, and him and his parents. It's like there's no consistency. And my theory is, and I haven't seen anything about it, so in the comments let me know. My theory is that they did that on purpose because it's like I said, it's called The Mind of Aaron Hernandez. So my thought is, it jumping all over the place is what it was like for Aaron on a daily basis, where it wasn't just, oh, well, today I'm going to do this and do that. Okay, now I'm going to go, fucking shoot these guys or shoot and kill Odin Lloyd or anything. I think some more of just like his brain was all over the fucking place all the time. That dude had just snapped, I guess, or he was snapping and in and out kind of shit. I don't know. I don't have this kind of, I guess, proper wording for all of it. But I hope I'm explaining that well, where it's like, it's not like he was like, well, all right, I have this situation. How do I handle it? It's more of just like reacting to like this, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. But again, that's just my theory. I don't know how that's true or not. I haven't seen anyone who's done the documentary come out or say anything, so I don't know. But, oh, man. I know a lot of people compare this, I guess, situation to OJ, but that's a lot different though, because OJ, when he played, I'm sure, from my understanding, was like allegedly beating his wife at the time or whoever he was with and all that. And he wasn't like the greatest person from my understanding. But he was retired when he murdered, allegedly, keyword allegedly, his ex-wife and her boyfriend at the time. Or when they died. Who killed them? I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, he was long retired from this. Aaron was playing actively in the NFL, trying to help them win a Super Bowl. But I can't believe these fucking people think he's innocent. Like, I get you're a big fan. Like, I get it. And I'm all for being a fan of whoever. But blindly saying that someone's innocent when you don't really have proof, kind of stupid. Now remember this. The jersey exchange. Yeah, because even, like, I feel bad for any player, like, whoever in the future plays for the Patriots and wears number 81, because you're just like, I can't really wear this. I can't. I'm fucked. Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to know a guy like that. I mean, he's not going to let you get to know him like that. Oh, man. Wow. Wow. I don't know. I mean, they killed a man, so pretty hardcore to me. I know their past, choices don't prove that, but oh, it was weird. Just wait down his family. I'm soon. It's like, I don't, not really the place. You're charged with murder. Yeah, yeah. What are you gonna do? Wow, she's really about that life, huh? So she probably knows a lot more than we do. Well, yeah. I mean, apparently, allegedly, she's out here fucking moving criminals across state lines. Oh my god. But I mean, I don't. I'm not. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot she had fucking breast cancer during all this. So like having to go from like the hospital to like a courtroom or something or vice versa. Like, geez, this is really bothering me. I'm sorry. I need to get a fucking haircut. Shit is. I hate having one. I need to get a haircut so bad. This is annoying as hell. Because now it's gonna bother me. I'm just looking at this one piece of hair that's just sticking out. And what is on my foot? I feel like my. Why is everything falling apart? Ugh. I don't think so. I'm just gonna be honest with that one. So I'm assuming this room that they're showing was his room in jail. Is my guess. I mean, not that we'd have proof or anything, but I don't know. Okay. Wow. Interesting. That's kind of what you're implying, sir. That's literally what you're implying. That this. Okay. I feel bad for the kid though, cause like at some point you're gonna find out that this is your dad. That like your dad was in jail and murdered people and then fucking took his own life. Like, jeez, that's gonna suck. I also feel bad for his wife because she's gonna raise a kid on her own. I mean, I hope. I mean, I'm assuming she has help from family. I hope, but I know it's gonna be tough when he murdered their daughter's boyfriend at the time. So there's that. Well, yeah, because he was didn't have to do that. Not about everyone. Not Someone who lives in New England. Not fucking me. Never. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, yeah, because he's a fucking. I mean, it totally makes sense. Yeah. I mean, no one's asking you to, Mom. What? That's weird, I guess, but no. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, but sure. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, this is like, well, at this point, a little over 6 years ago now. My God. I give this woman credit because she was there fucking constantly. I mean, not that I'm in saying I'm in support of her because, her fucking husband murdered people, but like in a way, I kind of have respect because she didn't have to do that. She could have just left him hung to dry because like of what he did, but she still cared for him in a way, I guess, and still wanted to show support for him. I don't know about that one. Yeah, it's like as like that kind of a lawyer. Like, how do you do that? Because like, how do you sit there and defend someone who murdered someone and try to convince people that they didn't? Oh, I feel bad for her, especially. I mean, that's her son got fucking killed. Now she has to relive the whole thing of his death. And the guy that killed him, right there. But it was the cat. Oh no. Get the cat. They're just showing the fucking cat. Oh, there's the car. Okay, because I was like, is there significance to this cat in this video? Like, I don't understand. Jesus. I mean, yeah, you have text proof that shows I'm with him, and and he happens to die. I mean, come on, you can't really prove you're innocent. Like, I'm sure there's more evidence that can also prove that he was not. I mean, prove not guilty. But if he had there's proof of text saying that, hey, around the time of this person was murdered, sent text out saying, "Yo, I'm with Aaron. Well, I'm with NFL. I guess obviously that's how they identified Aaron, but still, like, my God, God, I feel bad for his mom having to hear all that. Not Aaron's mom, fucking Odin Lloyd's mom. Excuse me. Because having to hear all that must be fucking terrible. Like, That was just weird. God, I'm almost 27. Like, this is weird. Trying to live a life, man. Jeez, media does. Yo, the media doesn't give a single fuck. Like, yo, they prove time and time again that the media doesn't give a fuck. Because they're like all in her face and shit. Like, I understand they got a job to do, but Jesus. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, because the media fucking sucks. They want to pull out shit that doesn't fucking matter. Like, you're focused on the victim for the wrong reasons. Let's talk about the fucking person who did it and why they're a bad person. Not, well, oh, this look at the victim, and well, we're kind of saying he deserved it because he had a bad thing when he was 12 years old. And it's like, who the fuck cares? Like, unless you're like a fucking terrible human being through and through, like some Hitler type shit, or you're like doing like evil shit regularly, you don't deserve to die. Like, what the fuck? Right? Sounds. Yeah, I get that. God, that must. Oh, I'm getting chills because this is like fuck. I mean, yeah, it's kind of what most people want, just a regular ass life. Like, they just want to have kids and a good job and, have a nice significant other with them and just go to work, come home, see the family, hang out, just be fucking regular. But now they don't have that. So it's fucking terrible. I mean, hopefully, I hope it's Odin Lloyd's family's doing all right now. I mean, I can imagine it's something you're never really gonna get over. Because, like, how do you get over the fact that your son or daughter or whoever was murdered by their own friends, essentially? Like, that I couldn't imagine. I mean, I've lost people myself, so, like, I have I guess, like, a general understanding of it, I guess, of, like, losing someone, but, like, losing a child, especially, like, regardless of age, like, fuck, the guy's only 27. He's still young as shit. That must be fucking absolutely terrible. Especially the way he died. Like, my God. And his girlfriend. Like, fuck. By his fucking. By her fucking sister's husband. Jesus. Like, your relationship must be fucked. Sitting on opposite sides of the courtroom, basically representing two different men involved in it. Like, my God. Uh, that wasn't too confident. Yeah, I mean, this definitely would do that. There we go. Well, yeah, because they're like less than like what 3 hours away, 2 hours away, if that. Because Bristol's more like Upper Connecticut. Probably not a good way. Oof. Huh. Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. That Odin had died. Oof. I wonder how she's doing. Cause like, fuck. I mean, even look at her sister. You can tell she obviously feels fucking pain for her. Oof, that is fucking awkward. It's fucking awkward as shit. Just gonna be honest. It really fucking is. I'm gonna be honest. And she's there, nonstop, supporting him. Just every chance she's at that fucking courtroom supporting Aaron. When she, again, she doesn't really have to, because like he's kind of a bad guy. God, this whole thing is so fucking wild. Like, because if Aaron Hernandez isn't like a football player, this is just a regular. I don't want to say regular. That's not how I want to put it. But like, it wouldn't have gotten this much coverage if he wasn't someone of like celebrity or something. Because I'm sure this has happened hundreds of times. Where I'm sure there's plenty of cases that have gone on, or they haven't figured out who it is because it's not some high profile case. But obviously, because it's a fucking current football player in the NFL, it's like, yeah, this is going to be even bigger. I don't know. It's not something I really want to go through, sir. That's a good point. That's a very good point. I mean, Aaron, that's kind of your own fault, though. Like, you had your freedom, sir. You chose that gave it up. You didn't have to, sir. Bro, that doesn't look like a gun. Don't fuck with that is a gun. That's a gun. Stop the cat. What the fuck would he be holding like that? A gun. Come on. I that's a fucking gun. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. It was on fucking fall. It was on Father's Day. Oh, that sucks. I mean, he was raised by a single mom, but still, God forbid if he had a kid, like, fuck. Jesus, man. What the fuck does that even mean? Just in case you were looking for it? You didn't even say what it is. Like, hey, there's something in the back room. If you were looking for it, just bro, I'd be like, yo, can you throw away the shit away from me, please? Like, I got some stuff in the movie room and needs to be tossed. Can you just toss it? I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Ah, in the trash. Hmm. How's that make sense? Where's the dumpster you dumped it at? Honestly, I don't really know. I kind of blacked out for that point. But everything else I remember. Huh? Like, I get you're not trying to incriminate yourself and you don't want to get in fucking charged for this shit either, but how does that... That doesn't make any sense. I know you're lying. Like, it's... Yeah, well, because she's literally fucking lying. Like, Jesus. I just also just sunk in my chair a bit because it was comfortable. God, this happened 8 years ago. God. Sir, we're married with kids. How the fuck do you think it evolved? God, 2005? I was graduating 5th grade. Wow. Yeah, but I don't like the way they're saying horse playing, though. Huh? What do you mean an off and on relationship, sir? Oh. Why? This is kind of a weird thing to introduce because, like, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? Like, I truly don't understand what this has to do with anything. They're like, I'm not gay, but I'll suck a dick. I can't. I mean, but we do. Do we even have proof? Like, I'm not saying he's lying because, like, I don't want to make it seem like that. But this is what. Well, because it's only him saying this. I mean, obviously, I imagine like, I don't know. How do you reach out? I mean, how do you? I don't know. I mean, whoa, sir. Strong terms. Ah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Okay, what? All right, this is the guy who's out playing football. But again, we the only proof that we have that he is that he allegedly was gay or bisexual or whatever, because again, we don't know, is that guy. It was the one guy, his one friend, who alleged that they did anything. Which even then, it's hard to like. I just don't get what like. I don't know. I feel like a dick asking why it has to do with anything with this, because I guess what, at least how I'm understanding this, how they're portraying it is, it kind of seems like they're saying partially the reason he may have done these things that he did was the fact that he was trying to overcompensate for his sexuality, which that kind of sounds like you're blaming him being gay, partially blaming him being gay for murdering people. That's how I see it, which is fucking stupid. Because, like, I just don't, I don't understand, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like, I understand if, like, more people, like, were kind of talking about it. But again, you also had the thing where they talk about, which I know they haven't gone to, fucking, it was, spoiler alert, that he had allegedly a boyfriend in prison. Which, it's, I think that's different. Because, like, really, you're in jail for life. Realistically, what other fucking choice do you have for any kind of sexual release? You can't have sex with a woman because the chance of them being a woman, maybe even a guard, isn't very high, if it exists at all. So the only choice you have in jail is dudes. Like, the fuck other choice? So, like, you're kind of forced to be like, well, you know, if I want to have sex with somebody or, like, do anything sexual with anybody, it has to be a guy. So, I feel like that line is kind of erased in a way in jail. Because, yeah, I mean, a lot of dudes in jail are also super fucking homophobic, but there's also tons of sexual activity between men. But, like, what other fucking choice do you have? But again, we don't truly know if he even actually is someone who likes guys. We don't. And I'm not, like, again, I don't give a fuck if he is actually gay or bi or pansexual, whatever he may be. It's not my point. I don't give a shit. I'm all in support of the LGBTQ plus community. But, like, the way they're implying all of this is, like, one, that it's, like, a bad thing that him being gay, is, if he is gay, is a problem in a way. And two, it played a part in why he did the things he did, which is fucking a stupid thing to imply. Because you hiding your sexuality and then murdering someone doesn't really make sense to me. That's just how I see it. Like, I don't know. I may be overreacting, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, I guess. Whoa. Routine hernia surgery and dead. That's someone fucked up there. Someone fucked up. And sure, I mean, I'm sure this has fucked him up too. Obviously, he lost his father. You know, someone he, according to this, looked up to and was like all pro dad. I mean, hey, the guy lost a fucking parent. Like, I can imagine that's tough for any kid in, like, high school. It didn't seem like he really talked about a lot of things. Just gonna be honest. Just gonna throw it out there. Didn't seem like he was a fan of talking about anything. So that's how I see it. How much time do I have left? Because I know this is like about an hour. I got like 11 minutes. All right. I'm actually surprised my phone's been able to record this entire time for this. We also had to delete some apps. Like, that definitely helped. But let's hope it lasts for another, like, 11 minutes. But see, but again, at least this first episode, they've jumped literally from childhood to the NFL to jail to high school to they kind of brought up college a bit to his allegedly sexuality, to now his father dying when he was in high school. It's like it's all over the fucking place. Like, again, to me, it feels like in a way that was a choice from the people. Like, hey, this is from who we've talked to and the information we've gathered. How we're gonna play this is how he felt in his head, which is how I see it. But if I'm wrong, what was the fucking point of them jumping all over the place? Because you're not telling a cohesive story. You're just like, you have all this information about Aaron. You're like, how can we play this? There's no like gradual story to it. You don't start from the beginning and then work your way up. You go from like A to G to B to fucking Z, then to A again, then to B, and then to 6, then to 5, and then to 28. It's like, fucking figure it out, please. But I don't know, that's just how I see it. What? Huh? There it is. Oh, his tone. Tone was not good. Excuse me? That's so fucked. Oh, see, nah. No, 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 no. I mean, I had something like that similarly, but like my father was alive. My parents got divorced when I was 7. 2 weeks after, like, my dad had moved out, another guy my mom was with moved in. But that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, no. I'm fucking swinging at this man. Oh, this man's getting... And then he's at the fucking trial. Nah, I'm just... How did Aaron not swing at this man? Like, I get it. From how this documentary is played, his dad was not a good person. I get that. Allegedly he beat the fucking shit out of her constantly, it seems like. But, I mean, I want her to be happy, like, because, going through a situation is terrible, but, like, it's a little too soon. It's a little too soon. Probably don't do that. Probably don't punch shit out of your mom. Just gonna be honest. Just gonna recommend, don't do that. Man, this whole family dynamic is fucked. I mean, I get it. Mine's not great either, but this is a little... I mean, I got some family fucking... doing some things they really shouldn't be doing, but we won't get into that because it's none of your fucking business. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, I wouldn't either. Why would I want to be in a house where my mom's like, cool, you're over my dad dying, great, but whatever. But, like, there's a dude already in the house. A little too soon, please. Like, let me mourn my father's death for, like, a good minute or so, thanks. Like, my God. Ugh. Oh, yeah, he was getting lit. I can imagine. Oh my God, I gotta stop kicking my fucking... I feel like I'm sliding in this chair to where at one point I'm gonna be on the ground. Like, I literally just... Look at this. I was here, I dropped down to here. In the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna be on the floor. Yes, they were getting lit. Duh. Marijuana. Whoa, a blunt filled with PCP? It's a little aggressive, boys. A little aggressive. Just gonna be honest. A little aggressive. I wonder who owns that house now. Because, like, I'm sure people have gone to that house and be like, oh my God, this is where Aaron Hernandez lived. Where he met his friends who killed those guys. I mean, I mean, like I said, I'm sure people have gone, but I hope people haven't. Because God forbid, like, they don't live there anymore, which I doubt most of these people do. Or if, like, anyone attached to the family owns the house. To make it weird. It's not like it's J. Cole's house where it's like, oh, we're going to go sit on his roof and, Forest Hills Drive. Like, it's so cool. This is where a murderer lived. Don't want to do all that. Also, there was a weird cut. I don't know if you noticed within the last, like, couple minutes. I had some issues I had to worry, take care of, but we're good now, so should be all right. But to you, it may not even be a big deal. It may just be a normal cut, and probably wouldn't have noticed it if I didn't say anything. All right, these guys. What is in my pants? Excuse me? What is in my pants? Oh, it's just a part of my pants. Well, they found it. I mean, what is on the ground, by the way, that I keep grabbing at? I'm so sorry if you hear that. But yeah, I'd imagine. There we go. That was fucking annoying. Oh man. See, I feel like he's going off of again what I've like read and like I've seen this documentary before. I don't think he really had like some ulterior, whatever the ulterior motive. I think that's how you say it. I'm illiterate. For like these killings, it was just like you're kind of in my way, and I'm not really in all here right now. So you are now the victim of my mental instability. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He signed a 5-year, $40 million contract days later. Huh? Like, think about that. Let's say his teammates read the local news, right? They read about, damn, these two guys downtown, like Boston, got shot. Damn, that sucks. Yet the guy who did it was like fucking 6 feet away on the other side of the room. Nonetheless, everyone, we made it to episode 2. Episode 1's over. Let me know your thoughts on the show in the comments. If you've seen it, if you haven't, if you followed it while it happened, or any thoughts in general about the show, let me know down in the comments. Also, is there anything you want me to watch in the future? Any recommendations? Anything you want me to watch? You can send it in the comments. You can tweet it to me. All my social medias are in the description. Thank you for watching it. This is a little different of a tone than I'm usually used to. All the stuff I've done commentary tracks on are more like lighthearted stuff. Where it was like the Benchwarmer sequel, the Cobra Kai show. I did Hardball, but that's a little more serious, but there were still like comedic moments. This really isn't a funny thing like at all. Well, this is very serious, of course, because this is real life. But I keep looking at myself instead of looking at the camera because I'm a dickhead. I'm sorry. But thank you for making this far with me. If you want to listen to the audio version of this, that will be in the description down below as well. It'll be probably the top link. Thank you. Make sure to subscribe. Do that right now. Click that big old red button. Make sure to like it. I'll see you all in episode 2.